For joining us, I'm Danielle Shank. Madison is off tonight. Another tragic case of domestic violence shocks Lincoln. Police found 2 people dead last week in what appears to be a murder-suicide in a near-south neighborhood home. 1011's Sam Cobb spoke with police and domestic violence advocates to learn more about the case and resources available to help others who may need help. Sam.
Danielle, in the words of the daughter of Lincoln's latest murder-suicide victim, she shares her mom's story not just to honor her, but to shine a light on the reality of domestic violence, adding that if her story can help even one other victim, then her memory will live on forever. Friday morning, the Lincoln Police Department received their second phone call regarding 51-year-old Sterling Jordan. The first came the afternoon prior, after he failed to show up to work. When police entered his house, they found Sterling dead from a single gunshot wound to the head, and his girlfriend, 51-year-old Jennifer MacArthur, also shot and killed.
It is heartbreaking, and at the same time, it is infuriating to know that her life was stolen by a senseless act of violence. The pain her family now has to carry is both unimaginable and absolutely unacceptable.
That incident last week marking the 3rd murder-suicide in Lincoln since the start of the year. Boo Gay killed back in March and Michelle Gonzalez in February.
These are not isolated incidents, and they reflect a painful and urgent truth. Violence at the home, often behind closed doors, must stop.
At a press conference this morning, both LPD and representatives from local advocacy and support groups sharing the importance of making resources for victims known and normalized in order to potentially save lives.
Really for survivors to live a life free from violence and abuse, and for our community to be a space free from violence and abuse, it takes a whole range of supports.
The development director for Friendship Home, a Lincoln shelter that helps victims escape abusive situations, told us that their services have tripled over the last 3 years and will continue to expand to fit the needs of those they support.
Some studies that have been done here locally that have stated that we need an additional 35 to 45 domestic violence shelter beds in our city. So that is something that Friendship Home's continuing to think of, is how are we going to be able to provide what our city needs.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Anyone experiencing abuse can reach out to LPD's Victim Assistance Unit for help with protection orders and legal matters, or contact local resources like Voices of Hope, a 24/7 crisis intervention service, and the Friendship Home. All of those resources are linked in this full story on 1011now.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, Sam Cobb, 1011 News.
Thank you, Sam.